What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal, and I'm your results and transformation coach. And on this channel, we talk about total transformation, mind, body, and soul. Okay, so we need to go out and get our cycling training in for today. First, we're going to see what the weatherman says so I know how to dress. I'm normally not able to ride in the middle of the day like this, but okay, it's 63 degrees outside, so I believe we can put on our shorts, but I'm going to feel the temperature too. So sometimes, especially where I live, it can say 63 and feel like 40. Okay, we're good. We are good. So now we got to go pick out our kit. And let me see what my training is for today. Da, 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 da. training for today. Woo, I got one-legged drills built in, and my training is for 1 hour and 11 minutes. So let's go get our kit together and get on our cherry blossom pockets. Even though there's no cherries blossoming outside, we're gonna go with this. And even though it's 60 degrees, I'm still going to ride with a jacket. And as you can see today, I just got finished riding, training on my bike, and I just love exercising. I don't know how you feel when you exercise, but when you talk about mental clarity and really being able to think and get your thoughts out, it just be me on my bike, just thinking and praying, and and I really needed it today. It's so funny because some people look at me and they're like, Crystal, you're always so positive and you're always so motivating. You're always so inspiring. But I don't always have those days where I wake up and I'm fired up. And it's so crazy because, like I said, when I'm out exercising, whether I'm in a gym training or on my bike, it just gives you an opportunity to think. And today was actually a tough ride, if I were to be transparent. But, whenever I'm having a tough moment, I literally shift my mind over into prayer and just asking God to cover me. Stress, y'all know, if you don't know, now you know, is a silent killer. And if you allow the cares and affairs of this world to sit on your head, it will wear you out. Not only will it wear you out, it'll bring upon a bunch of stress. And as I said, stress is a silent killer. And I didn't even realize that until I found myself stressing one day, and I got a headache, and then my legs started to hurt, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this? So anytime I start to feel that, or I start to feel heavy and have things sit on me or come back up for me, I typically shift over into prayer. It may sound like a cliche, but sometimes that's all we have as a people. It'd be nice to be able to pick up that phone and call somebody to talk to, but it's like when you don't have that person, or you don't have, in that moment, you don't have that type of access, what do? And literally pray. So I'm like, Lord, just give me a word to get me through the day and until tomorrow. Because if we can make it through the day and into tomorrow, everything is going to be all right. And then another tip, this is something else I do. I also try my best to shift my mindset into thinking about all the things that I do have right. Let me say that better. So here's another tip. Whenever I'm going through like that, I try to shift my mindset into thinking about all the amazing things that I have going on for me. And one big thing for me is my children, that they are all alive. They are all above the ground, right? Breathing, walking. They have full activity of all of their limbs. They can feel, they can see, they can hear, they can taste, and God is continuing to, keep his hedge of protection around them. So that one I'm super grateful for. So I would do anything to keep them safe, sound, healthy, and all the things. And then, shifting over just to praying that God just keep my mind in a positive mode, because it's so easy when we do allow the things of this world to sit on our shoulders and weigh us down. One, is not a good feeling. Two, it just literally can take your mind all over in different places where it really shouldn't be. So I just wanted to stop. I got about 5 more minutes before I get to my house, and we're on this whole journey of being consistent with posting on YouTube. And, I'm one of those people, y'all know when I'm fired up, and I like to hit the record button. But it's like, how do you show up for yourself and your people when you don't feel like it? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. And when we learn as a people to, when we learn to exercise that muscle, it becomes second nature. So it's like when you don't feel like doing it, you get to get up and do it anyway. Like, think about it. I don't know about you. I always have a bunch of goals. And I always say, Crystal, your goals don't really care about how you feel. Your goals don't care about the world sitting on your shoulder. Your goals don't care about like your bills that got to be paid. Your goals don't feel about your headache. Like, it doesn't feel like your goals don't care about any of that. All your goals know is that you had the goal and when you're going to achieve it. So, yeah. But I had also, as I was writing, I'm always like, Lord, send me a scripture that I could meditate on for the day that's going to help me to just, go above and beyond. So here we go. We got 1 John chapter 4, verses 4. Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them. Be greater, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. So another thing that I do whenever I am in prayer and just, going through whatever I'm going through or the thoughts or what have you, I'm always asking God to just not just send me a word, but a scripture that I can meditate on that's going to like help me get out of that space. And the scripture that dropped in my head today was 1 John chapter 4, verse 4. And it reads, Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. And even though we don't always feel like that, because when you're going through and you're feeling like, man, like, these dots are not connecting and these T's aren't being crossed and the I's, I don't know where the dots are. When you start to feel that way, you just really got to dig deep and remember who you are and whose you are. Because if we, as a people, say that we serve a God that sit high and look low and he reign over everything, he is the first and the last, and he has the last say, then that by itself should give you enough power on the inside to help you to push through whatever moment that you're going through. And notice that I didn't say that you weren't ever going to go through a moment, because we all do. A lot of times we'll hear people say, well, you shouldn't be going through it. We're human. We do go through things. What we don't want to do is sit in that space. So I'm super grateful, and I'm like, Crystal, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. And if your tank is on E, then it's time to pray, it's time to fast, it's time to read your word and disconnect from the world and your friends and your people and all the things that is filling up your space, and like go into true prayer and worship. So hopefully I said something that encouraged you and motivates you to continue to run this race today and believe in yourself, and know that the trouble don't last always. Neither does the dark times. If you can just see that little dot, because it get dark for all of us, but if you can see that little dot of hope, that little mustard seed of faith, just knowing that if you continue on, that everything is going to be all right. And those of you that have a word of prayer, just continue to pray for me, that I continue to walk this walk the way that God would have me to walk it, that I stay outside of my comfort zone, that I stay away from those limiting beliefs. The bird is still flying over my head. He's always over my head, but that I know that I am worth more than what the bird is doing. And when I say, for those of you that it's like, what the bird doing? When I talk about the bird flying over your head, I'm connecting it to limiting beliefs. Those are the things that we tell ourselves. We're not good enough. We're never going to overcome. We're never going to get strong. We're never going to get through. The bird is going to be there. The thoughts are going to come, but you got to have that inner strength that when it does happen in that moment, that you're able to like get yourself out of it. Because the more you sit in it, the deeper it get. The deeper it get, the more darker it get. The more darker it get, the more you can't see. The more you can't see, the tougher it is to dig yourself out. The tougher it is to dig yourself out, the deeper you go. So the sooner that you realize, greater is he that is in you. If you got to stop and just, if you have to stop right then and there and have a moment of prayer, do what you need to do to save yourself. So I hope that I was able to inspire you guys. Those of you that have a word of prayer, just continue to pray for me. And I pray that you have the most amazing day ever. And I will see you soon. Peace.